Hey everybody, this is Tamela Mann and I'm rolling with Royce on Street TV.
All righty, welcome back to Street Tea, airing on Royce Media and Karli Bee TV. Hey, today's guest is the epitome, you guys, of the power of love in her marriage and family, in her Christian walk, in life in general. She just radiates encouragement. Such a genuine, transparent soul. I like to call her our auntie in our minds, our best friend, none other than Tamela Mann.
Hi, hello.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And I got to say that the street tea is definitely sweeter now that you are here.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm glad to be a part of the sweetness on today.
There you go. Bring the honey, sugar, iced tea.
Right.
So, yes, there is so much to congratulate you on, from putting on your songwriter crown this time and producing your music on your new project, the Overcomer album, which by the way came out in August, the month of my birthday.
All right.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So I like to think that was my birthday gift, honey. Got me right on through.
All right.
And then you have your Tamela Mann clothing line, athleisure for the thick and fabulous.
That's right. Sizes 12 to 32. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and finally some comfortable fabric, right? You can be casual and comfortable.
Right. Stuff you can't see through. The Tamela Mann collection.
There you go. Some forgiving fabric. I know all about that.
Yes, we love that. That's comfy.
Yes, I saw a turquoise and black trim set that was just beautiful. Now I don't wear 12, so I'm either going to have to gain weight or order it and alter it.
No,
or buy for one of my thick and fabulous friends.
You buy for your thick and fabulous friends.
But you guys, it's a wonderful website. When you go on there, the models are beautiful, and there's all type of beautiful clothing on there. So be sure you check that out, the Tamela Mann clothing collection. And then you've got some upcoming movies coming up on BET and Netflix. So
yes, on BET. Me and David is starring in it this Christmas. It should be like November, the end of November, December, when they're going to air it on BET. And we also have the other movie that's coming out with Madea. Tyler decided to get us all back together again to make people laugh, especially since we've been through so much over this last 18 months with this pandemic and this disease that's running rapid in our world. It's just not in our country, but it's in our world. And we just believe in God to just heal the land. And, you know, I'm even talking about the Lord being a healer, even on the Overcomer album. And I'm just really just praying for our country.
Yes. And when you mention it's a healing, I want to say that your album musically, the timing is divine, because we need that right now with so much going on, and it's a universal language. And I tell people when I talk about your album, I'm like, okay, you get up in the morning, you listen to Hello God.
Hello God.
That Caribbean flavor gonna get you up and moving, right? And
yes.
In the middle of the day, if you hit a stumbling block, put on that Help Me. You know what I'm saying? And then you wind down with the Conqueror and the Overcomer, because you made it through another day by the grace of God.
Amen.
So your album, I think this piece is timeless. With everything that you had going on, why now? Why would you take on a project like that with movies and your health journey and everything that you're doing?
You know, I think it kind of just fell in line. It wasn't planned to happen this way, but God has his way of doing things. And even with, you know, talking with all the producers that wrote and that produced the album, even the song selection, it's like it just kind of fell into line, and how the Lord just allowed us to be able to bring some songs that will fall into this time of need right now. Like you said, we're talking about God being our source, meaning sending people back to God, that he's our source of everything, no matter what it looks like. We're talking about help God being our help, and our strength, you know, of course, in our source. And it's just amazing to me. It's really been encouraging to me with this album, Overcomer. So it just kind of happened. I just thank God it was in his plan, how it all happened.
Absolutely. And, you know, when I mentioned how much you're getting done at a time when, you know, I feel like I sit down and eat dinner with y'all all the time. Shout out to Man TV on YouTube. Let me put my phone in the bowl right now, right? But I feel like I eat dinner with you guys all the time, and your family survives the reality TV curse, you know, and you spend so much time together.
Right.
Is there ever a time when you just, like, when you have to, the ride is wonderful, but when you have to get off that ride, how do you escape? What's your escape?
My escape is I like designing or even just working in the house, working on crafts. That's an escape for me. I started walking. That it kind of helped me on the exercising part because I actually like where I kind of fell in love with the pandemic, going outside walking. So just walking and just being outside in the elements, I've just really enjoyed that. And that's kind of like my getaway and my time alone where like sometimes some people will come over and they say, I'm gonna walk with you. And then sometimes they say, I'm gonna walk with you. Then there's times and I'll just get dressed and say, I'm going on a walk. That means I want to be me.
That's right.
That's my, you know, or go get my nails or my feet done. And, you know, that kind of fell off when all this happened. Right. But that's kind of what I do.
But I've got to say, my dear, even though everything that's going on with the pandemic, your life from the outside looking in, I'm watching, and it's just so much grace and favor. You know what I say? I said, Miss Tamela, she put some good seeds in the ground, honey, because your harvest is plentiful, and I love it. I love it.
Wow, you know, but and I'm just trying to be an example for others to just show people that my love for God, He's granted me favor. And I mean, it's like no goodness of my own. I believe all of us have gifts and talents. Nobody is no big I, no little you, but I just believe in working. I mean, you know, working it. And my mom always told me, if you're going to do something, do it 100%, put your whole heart in it. And it's really worked for me. And she said, love the Lord with your whole heart and God will take you far. And God has done just that. So, you know, I'm just trying to be an example. And like you were saying earlier, I know my job right now, Royce, is to be an encourager. And, you know, I know that's what I'm sent to do and to help just other people, whether you know me or not. Because sometimes you can just see somebody in the store and just by you just saying hello and, you know, it's going to get better. You know, sometimes I've told people it's going to get better. I don't know none of their situation. But sometimes God will just give you what to say to people. And if we could all learn to be helpers to one another, you know, we can overcome. We can be overcomers.
Absolutely. I really believe that. And when we all got a chance to see you and your husband, David, on the stage plays with Tyler Perry, 20 something years ago.
Right.
I knew in my mind, I said, this character that she's playing, Cora, the peacemaker, the encourager, I bet she's like that for real. So
that is.
Yes, and it comes through when you guys had your reality show and when you show us dinner on Man TV. That's really who you are. So yes. It sounds cliche, but when you're doing what you love or you're stirring up your gift, right, it's not work. So that's why you could probably do so much at one time, and it seems effortless because you're doing what you were made for.
And that's true, and stuff that I enjoy. You know, and when it comes to music, that's my first love. Right. And again, like you say, helping people, that's another thing that I don't mind doing. And I think that sometimes what happens is people they come up to you, they grab you, and I've had to tell people, now you just can't grab me. Right. You just don't know where my head is, or, you know, but I don't have a problem with just walking up to somebody I don't know and just talking to them and just showing some love. And then there's days, you know, especially now going through this menopause thing. Help me, Holy Ghost.
Yes, we've been going through that with you.
This thing right here, let me tell you, and I decided to be transparent and talk about it. It's really took me for a loop. You know, it was times where I could be happy, like I normally am a happy person. But this thing, it's like sadness would just fall on me. And I'm like, Lord, this is not me. I'm like, please let this cup pass me. I know I'm a woman and I have to go through, you know, like everybody else. And to me, we have our monthly, but menopause is 10 times worse to me.
That part, it really is. Well, at least you know you got company. All of us are going through it.
And it's some ups and downs. And I just want people to realize that sometimes when people are edgy, you just don't know what anybody is facing or what they're going through. So we have to just be patient with each other, just a little bit more patient.
Yes.
Judge, like David says now, since this pandemic, his new thing is judge less and love more.
I like that. Judge less, love more.
and love more.
Yes, yes, we've got to. And so in your album Overcomer, it seems like it's so powerful. While it is a powerful piece of work, and you would think somebody like yourself who got it all together, where did Overcomer, where does that come from? What place is that? What are some, you've overcome things. I
Okay.
imagine you didn't conceive all this would be your life right now back before you had to get to this point.
But I have issues just like everybody else, what we were just talking about. The title Overcomer came from dealing with menopause. It came from me making up my mind and realizing that I needed help. That's what the song Help Me came from. Even with this weight issue, with health and wellness, that I had to go and talk to somebody, have somebody help explain to me some ups and downs. And every day is not a perfect day. I still mess up and choose the wrong things. I have issues just like everybody else. We have family issues just like everybody else, where sometimes I feel like it could be the most fun, and then sometimes when the devil want to show his head, he come through wrong. And we have to put the devil in his place and let him know that, I tell the enemy, y'all, this is how I talk to him. You can't have my family. And I just talk to him just like he one of us. You can't have my family, and I'm not gonna be defeated. I'm gonna overcome. And that's what like Overcomer comes from, that, the weight issue, me having double knee replacement, recovering through that when this pandemic happened, and trying to work and do the album during the pandemic, and try to get people together, try to make sure everybody's tested. So it's a lot of things that were happening. So I was just like, hey, Overcomer is the title, because I know it's a lot of things that other people, all of us, are having to walk through and overcome and conquer. And that's the encouraging part for me, that we can overcome and we can conquer.
Yes, and it's so relatable. It really is. It's like the album, The Overcomer, is like, the umbrella, and then you got all these song titles that hang right there up under that umbrella. And this tells it's a whole testimony. That's what
it really is. It's a journey. The album is talking about a journey. When I say that the song, I don't know if you heard it, He Did It For Me is my favorite song on the album. Help Me and He Did It For Me are my favorite ones. He Did It For Me came from a place of, I got word back of people who, some were asking, how does everything keep coming to her? Why is she getting movie deals, and why is her songs hitting #1? And why? It was a lot of whys. And I really cried. It upset me to the core, where I started weeping, and I was talking to one of the producers, like, this haven't been easy. Like you were saying, this road has not been easy for me.
Right.
People look at my now, but you don't know my then, the struggle that I've went through to get here. There's time when I had, as a teenager, you may didn't have to, but we were dumpster diving. That means I was getting food out of a dumpster. That's how food was getting in my refrigerator. Yeah. So it's like, there is some times, yes, I had to sit with the lights off. You just, you don't know everything that people, and I had to wear hand-me-downs. My mom, the clothes I did have, she made the majority of them. Why? It's just, we just couldn't afford it. A lot of my church people, that's what really made me fall in love with church, because my church people came to my rescue.
Bless
and,
it.
And, and it was, and singing was my way out with being poor, because I could go sing at a church for free. I could go to a musical for free, where when I didn't have any money, I get a ride, thumb a ride, but it's just, God did all this for me. And if you put yourself in a, like, take it personal, just look back where we were then and where we are now. God has did it for a lot of us. We're doing a lot better. Black people doing a lot better than we were years ago. People riding in really nice cars. Everybody had a hoopty when we was growing up.
Right.
So it's just really, God has done it for me, and I thank Him for His favor.
Yes, and I've heard when you talk about the album, you say this album is completion. What did you mean by that when you say it's completion?
Completion was a word that I took when I started my weight journey.
Okay.
And I looked the word up, and everybody was like, what do you, the producers was like on the songs, what do you want to talk about, Tam? Most of them call me Mama Man. What you want to write about? And I was like, well, I've been on this completion task because I realized I was a procrastinator. And where it's like
Yeah.
I realized that I started a lot of things that I hadn't completed. And when I looked the word up, I found finished. So that's why the album starts with finished work and it ends with finished. Because I do want to finish the work that God has started in me. I want to complete that work. When it says finished, I want it to be completed. As the kids say now, point blank period. I want a period to be on finished, that I have completed the task that God has started in me. Because you start cleaning up one room, you make a half a mess, you got it half clean, then you go start something somewhere else. So I just want to encourage us to complete that God has started. Let's finish it. Finish the work.
Finish your work. My grandma say, if a task you begin, see it through until the end. No matter the job, big or small, finish it or do nothing at all.
Wow, that is great. You got to send me that.
I will. I don't think she made it up, but
I gotta learn that. Put that in my interviews.
There you go.
That's amazing. That's a true statement.
But your life has truly been a testimony, and your real is really real. I thank you for your transparency, because it helps so many people. And then I know a lot of times when people think about you, they instantly we go to, Mr. Brown, David Mann, because you guys portray a couple of friendship and a team. And I can really relate to that. And because I'm going to say I'm recently widowed. My husband passed away, freak accident, but I'm going to say the will of God at our home in March.
Wow.
But, yes.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
much.
much.
I understand when you say you're trying to build and work through so many things that not look like what you've been through.
Right. Trying to
got you. Yes, ma'am. Well, God got your back.
Yes.
And one day at a time, because I haven't experienced that. I've experienced losing a mother, but I be telling my family, I was like, hey, something happened to your dad. Honestly, I just don't know, Royce. I probably would be like you. It's just I'm trying to get through it, and I just pray God's strength for your life, that He give you direction on how to do what to do. God, we just thank you. I ask you to just strengthen my sister, Lord, because you know what she has to deal with. You know the decisions she has to make. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you so much. But thank you. I receive it. Because I had that partner, that best friend, that everything was just, synchronized. And so I see that in you and Mr. David. And I was blessed to have that. And that's a steady kind of love right there. That's the kind of love that anchors you. And so I'm blessed to have had it for 15 years, and I can just still live vicariously through the both of you all. Yeah. And so I'm sharing that with you to just say, continue to love deeply, because you are encouraging lots of people. Let me keep myself together.
But it's okay, because I like I said, we're just meeting, but I feel that. I mean, we both, I feel that, and it's.
Whew. I want you to know that your music, he passed in March, your album came out in August, the month of my birthday, and it really helps me through. When I tell you it helps me through, it does. So wow. you are an encourager, you are the gift. And I don't even know if I can say anymore. I think we covered everything about your album.
Yes.
But
so you can go, if I can say anything else about the album Overcomer, I just want everyone to help Mama and Annie them download and teach them how to stream, because everything is changed up. We have some physical copies where you can go to Amazon, Walmart and order it, but they are not keeping as many in the stores like Mama and them is used to going and picking them up. So I just need everybody from 50 up. A lot of us need help on how to download, with Apple and with all the digital outlets they're out there. So y'all just help them download and stream the album. But I promise you, if y'all just give me an opportunity for you to just listen, sit somewhere quiet or ride and just listen to the whole thing, I promise you it's something on there for you and that will bless you, because we're just talking about all the things that God is. He's the I am, that He's our source and He's our healer. He can give you help in that time of need. I mean, we can overcome, we can conquer. And my final answer is yes. It's like so many of them, it was hard for us to choose a single because they're all just resonate so with me.
They do.
So thank you so much for having me.
You are so very welcome. We love your collaboration with Kirk and Wyclef Jean on that album. And I want to tell people it makes a great gift. Once I got it, I've just shared it with other people. And Thanksgiving is coming up. Give it to people, give it to them as a gift because it blessed me. I'm telling you, it carried me through. And people who know me, they know, like I said, it's morning, afternoon, evening. It takes me right through the 24 cycles of the day. So
Wow.
I encourage everybody to get this music. It's food for your soul. It's medicine.
It is. Just wake
Yes.
up and say, hello, God. Just give him thanks for another day. That's
Yes.
not from us. I mean, okay. But thank you so much. TamelaMann.com for the clothing line to check that out. You can follow us at David and Tamela Mann for all for IG, for Facebook, our Twitter account. And we just love everybody. Thank you. We can't do it without you. But I need you to download Overcomer because we're all overcomers.
Yes, and we're going to post instructions on how to do that. How about that? You know,
that would be great.
Yes, continue blessed success to you, Tamela. And the words of Mr. Brown, your life is just getting gooder and gooder. All of us keep listening to it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Love you. God bless you.
Thank you. Love you too.